everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Steph. Thank you so much for watching. Today's video is going to be all about travel hacking. Have you ever considered getting a credit card that you could potentially use to redeem points to get you first class tickets on some of your favorite vacations? I highly recommend that anybody who is looking to travel around the world and have the best kind of vacation that they could ever experience, look into credit cards with redeemable points. Points is the best way to get anybody to travel to any place that they are interested in without breaking the bank. However, there is a strategy and there is a way to do it the right way that's not going to get you in trouble and is going to give you the most value for your points. So if you're interested in learning about all of my tips on how to travel hack and redeem points, then please keep watching. I'm sure you're wondering, why on earth would I need a credit card? Or I have a credit card already. Why would I need a specific type of credit card? The reason being is because you're already spending money on everyday purchases. And when you go ahead and spend that money, you're not necessarily getting something in return. You're just getting whatever you are exchanging for that cash. So you might as well make these purchases and accumulate points so that you can use them to enhance your lifestyle and enhance your life experiences to go on these luxury vacations. That was something that I was really interested in, so I dabbled in it, did a ton of research to go ahead and find out what was the best way to do it. So since you're already making everyday purchases, you might as well use it with a credit card that's going to accumulate points so that you can go ahead and live your best life. The key to flying first class or business class for free is through credit card points. But how do you necessarily know which credit cards are going to give you the most for your money? These are a few of the things that you should look for when you're beginning to find out which credit card would be best for you. The first thing that I would look for is to find a credit card that has transferable points. Transferable points means whatever points that you accumulate in all of your everyday purchases, you can transfer them to different hotel groups, different airlines, and you're not tied down to just one airline, one company, or anything like that. You can transfer them to a large variety of different brands so that you can go ahead and take any kind of trip you want. If you're looking for recommendations, you can go ahead and drop a comment below and I'd be happy to go ahead and give you some of my credit card recommendations. The next thing that I would do is to find a credit card that gives you more than 1 point per dollar spent. So if you're going ahead and purchasing something that is $20 and you have a credit card that gives you 2 times the amount of points for that purchase, you just made 40 points on that purchase. Definitely take a look at your finances and see where it is that you spend the most money. In those areas are where you're going to want to find credit cards that give you the most points per dollar. For example, are you constantly spending money on groceries or maybe going out to eat or ordering food in? There are credit cards that will give you 4 or 5 times the amount of points for those purchases. So if I'm buying dinner at a really nice restaurant and it costs $500 for that meal and I use a credit card that gives me 4 times the amount of points, you do the math, that's a lot of points. That's close to a free flight to go somewhere really exciting. You really want to make sure that your credit card earns you the most points for what you're using it for. And make sure that you only use that credit card for those purchases. It's not the best idea to just rely on one credit card entirely for everything. Credit cards can definitely get you into trouble if you're not on top of it, but definitely get a few credit cards that can allow you to maximize your points on the things that you're spending the most money on. And since you have a large number of credit cards, make sure you're only using those credit cards for the purchases that are going to give you the most points. So if I have one credit card for dining and one for groceries, whenever I go grocery shopping, I'm only going to use that credit card. And whenever I'm out to eat, I'm only going to use the one that gives me the most points for that. The next thing I would look for when finding the best credit card for myself is I would look for the perks that are offered. A lot of credit cards that give you points, they have no annual fee. However, they also don't have any perks. So what you're going to want to do is look for credit cards that have an annual fee, but do you get the most for your money for that annual fee? Sometimes annual fees can be $100 or all the way up to $700, but everything that they give you in exchange for that annual fee could completely enhance your lifestyle, your experiences, and may be worth it. For example, there's some credit cards that give you free TSA PreCheck, free global entry. They give you a $120 Uber credit or Lyft credit. They give you dining credits. They could give you hotel stays, some great connections with their travel program. There's a bunch of things that they could offer you when you're buying into this credit card. So don't shy away from credit cards with annual fees, because those are the credit cards that are going to give you such amazing experiences. Something else that credit cards really come in handy for is offering insurance. There are a lot of credit cards that give you car rental insurance, travel insurance, and those are things that definitely come in handy that you don't even have to think about. You just have to make sure that you're making the purchase for those things on that credit card and it automatically protects you. So that's when perks really, really come in handy. The key to making sure that you are maximizing your points, getting the most for your money, and all of the perks is to make sure that you are paying off your credit card bill on time. That is the biggest stressor. It's great to go ahead and go swipe crazy. However, what you need to keep in mind is the only way you're going to get these points and the only way you're going to be enhancing your lifestyle is to make sure that you are paying your bill in full every month. There are a lot of credit card companies that will give you even more perks and points and customer service and concierge service when they see that you are paying your bill off in full. I have a personal experience with this, really, really great thing to have. So I definitely recommend you make sure that you stay on top of your finances, only use the credit cards that are going to give you the most points for your dollar, and make sure that you are paying off that bill on time every single month. Really easy to dig yourself in a hole with credit cards and you can get yourself in a lot of trouble that way. So please be cautious when using your cards. The last piece of advice that I have for anyone who is looking to redeem their points is the only way that you're going to get the most of all of the points you've accumulated is redeeming them for things like travel and flights. If you use your points to pay for certain things that show up on your statement balance or even to pay for something really designer, that's when you're not going to get the most value for your points. The only place you get the most value for your points is when you redeem it for flights and hotel stays. When you redeem it for that really expensive bag or suit purchase, it's almost as though they're giving you half a dollar per point, and it will take so many points. Let's say that there's a bag that costs $500 at Saks that you want to purchase, but you want to use your points to purchase it. It will take so many points just to pay for that bag when you could get an entire vacation using the same amount of points. You have to be conscious of when you redeem the points and what the ratio to dollar and point value is when you're deciding how to use your points. So next time you're deciding to make a big designer purchase, just use that credit card you have that's going to redeem you points to make that purchase. pay it off by the end of the month, and then use those points to go on a really, really kick-ass vacation. I hope that this video helped you guys, sort of like a beginner guide as to credit cards and points and travel hacks. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please share and subscribe. All the information is going to be linked below. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm Steph, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.